this chapter 3, Changing Environment of Management. And the chapter talks about, this is the summary for the chapter. We want to summarize the idea of demographics. Now, the book talks about the American workforce, and we'll try to compare it to the Yemeni workforce. Explain why Americans' education and workforce readiness situation is in crisis. So we'll talk more about how the Yemeni society operates in the same domain. And we'll define the idea of managing diversity. Do you guys know what is diversity? We said diversity is when you have in your society different backgrounds. People of, for example, we talked last class about the differences between today and 50 years ago. And we said now we've got maybe more women in the workforce. We talked about we've got more of, the marginalized people, people with special disabilities. We've got people who need special needs. So this idea is becoming very important today. Do you guys agree? How many people think that managing diversity is becoming a big issue today for managers?
Here in Yemen?
Yes.
I think we have the same background.
If you think about diversity in terms of a Shaybani restaurant, we said in a Shaybani today, they have female workers they never had. They have people, they want to have a chef who's Syrian who can do very nice kebab halabi. We're talking about in the workplace now, they can't have everyone from the same village. They need to get some IT person that may not be from the same village. Their village is not capable of producing all sorts of jobs that the business needs today. You guys remember Al-Quraimi when they started a small place and they do money transfer? Now they are Al-Quraimi, it's a big bank. Do you think they still can handle everyone in Al-Quraimi is from Jabal Habashi, from the big manager to the, the smallest, security or... They can't keep, their 100% Jabal Habashi employment. So now they have to start to accept people from other cities, maybe people from other, backgrounds. And now they have contract with the IFC. And in the workplace, not all of them go to the same God. Not all of them have the same mother tongue. Not all of them have the same, do you see? So now it's, for them to continue operating, they need to manage diversity. They need to start to accept that people of different background may also be for
Different religions.
Do you guys see? Let's see. Next, we will discuss how changing political legal environment is affecting practice. So we will talk more about that. We will discuss how business cycle, global economy, we kind of discussed it in the discussion previously. Vital economic considerations for modern managers. Describing the 3-step innovation process. Do you guys know what's the innovation process? Remember CAC Bank when they came up with this new CAC Mobile? So here it's an innovation, right? And this innovation will require 3 steps. We will discuss what are the 3 steps for CAC Mobile to work efficiently. And we will talk about what's an intrapreneur. Do you guys know what's an intrapreneur? An intrapreneur, the same as an entrepreneur that we talked about last class, but the difference is that the intrapreneur is someone who is inside the company, while an entrepreneur is someone who do their own company. But here we're talking about someone inside the company who take an entrepreneurial leadership. Okay? Any questions on these? Let's see. We'll start now with the first section, which is social environment. Dimensions of the social environment. It talks about here the demographics. And the question is it critical for a Shaybani, for example, as a restaurant, or CAC Bank as a bank, to worry about the changes in the statistical profiles of the population? Do you guys understand what I mean by a statistical profile of population? For example, in Yemen, 50% of the population under 15 years old. How many people in Yemen are over 72 years old, maybe 2-3%. Do you guys see? How many people in Yemen are under the age of 40? Maybe 70-80%. How many people under 40 in Japan? Less than 30-40%. Do you see? The flipped. In Japan, the people 72 and older is maybe 15% of the population, or maybe 20 or 30. Do you see? So the number of people in what age group can make a huge. That's a statistical profile of the population. Do you see? So Yemen now, we have this huge number of kids, and now remember, with war, people in the age between 18 and 25, that number starts to decrease, and then it leads to more female segment in that. Do you see? So is that important for any business? You need to watch out. If you're opening a kindergarten, now is the best time to open a kindergarten. Do you see? So number 2, it says here the inequalities. The idea of an inequalities is persistent barriers countered by women, minorities, and other workplace. Do you guys know what is this inequality of barriers encountered by women, minorities, and others in the workplace?
Like when they encourage men to work more than women, or
Yeah, the idea of, are men and women equal? How many people think women deserve better rights in terms of equality in this society? Okay. How many people say no? Women, they're good as they are. They already have enough.
Actually, I think nowadays men are the ones who should be asking for more rights.
Men needs more rights. See, the idea of inequality is that they talked about 30% quota. Do you see? Do you guys remember the 30% quota? We want 30% of all governmental top positions to be held by women. So if you are any top governmental position or body, you have to have every 2 men, 1 woman. Do you see? So that's another push in the social demographic of this country, right? So now we're going to expect more female in positions, more female go to a workplace. It's the best time to be a woman during. So let's see. Managing diversity. The idea of diversity is creating organizational cultures that will enable all employees to realize their potential. You guys understand the diversity issue, right?
This is managing diversity.
Yes. That's how you make an organization culture that's going to enable.
Yeah, but that will take long-term period.
Yeah, it will take a while, but you need to. There's a big demand
1
for.
to 3 decades at least to change the mentality of people to accept it.
Let me tell you this. Now, see, the 30% quota, it is one way of forcing diversity. Do you see? Some companies, by themselves, they don't like to have everyone from the same village. Anyone know a manager like this? They don't want all the employees in their company to be from the same village. They don't like when they have a department, they are all males, no females.
And I think this
They-
is our core problem in Yemen.
That's a core problem.
Yeah, because that's